and welcome to the sexiest, most handsomest, most beautiful podcast you've ever seen in your life. It is the Strength Hammer Podcast, episode 151, coming to you not live from Nova Open because we are not there.
I didn't know it was happening. Not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
I
I'm
know.
not following.
Well, hey. Gotta keep stuff in here
Yep.
and move forward. But yeah, no, I hope everyone, if you're at Nova, I hope you're driving home listening to us in the car and had a good time. I do miss
That's
my
right.
friends out there. That's the thing.
Sure.
That's the thing. I miss
Sure.
it's hard. Miss the friends,
Right. The people.
which is what this hobby's about. Which I'm kind of
Right.
learning right now. Just I guess as a little preamble, just a little aside, I guess. Because I've been kind of like burned out, not much to do,
Sure.
but the people are what keeps me wanting to do more in this hobby.
Right.
Like my hands right now are covered in super glue for a little, like a mini project that I'm working on, which I'll
Yeah.
talk about
Yeah.
a little bit more with Neil, a little bit here, but
Sure.
it's fun. But it's like I'm doing it because I want to have more fun with my friends, not necessarily because I
Right.
want to do the game.
Yeah, and I think it depends on the season too, what draws you into the hobby,
Yeah.
right? Because like I'll think of the time when I just started with the hobby and was like, oh man, it's like Lord of the Rings, but on table, and I can actually hold it and play with it.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it's like life is hard right now. I just need a mental break, so I'm gonna go play with toy soldiers with my friends.
Well, there's also a thing too where it's just like the lore was a big thing for me, and I still like the lore. I'm still
Right?
reading the
Or for
latest
some people, yeah.
Got Wreck book, but also
Hmm.
someone comes and not someone GW is like, hey, here's some lore in the high elves. I can go stop. I know more than you.
Right.
So like the lore is not a draw, and like painting right
Sure.
now is not a draw.
Sure.
But the people are. Then people keep me hobbying and all that sort of stuff, which has been
Yeah.
kind of nice and refreshing. Um, Plus, also we have had this crisp weather lately, Alex. This week, it's like that
Mm-hmm.
pre-autumn weather. It's gonna be 90 and hot next week, but like the end of
Sure.
summer,
Right.
I'm not ready for summer to end. How about you?
I'm ready. Yeah.
You want the?
As soon as I got called, I'm like, I can put a hoodie on and go to the
To be
gym
fair,
and look all sad and mysterious.
I have my hoodie on.
Yes.
I have my hoodie on. It's over
Yeah.
my muscle shirt, but I know what you mean.
Right. I love that. I love that. And it's usually too short
It
because fall
is.
tends to be very short. So the more I get of it, the merrier for me.
I could go for another 2 weeks of late summer, if I'm honest
Sure.
with you.
Sure.
Um,
That's okay.
but you know what? With that said, most importantly, late summer, season's changing. How's your lawn?
Lawn is good. Lawn is good. I think we had not as many hot days and not as many wet days. So it's definitely slowing down the rate of having to cut grasses.
Oh yeah, I still have yet to cut my grass.
Yeah.
I have a
Yeah.
little bit of crabgrass, but not enough to really care. I'll cut probably in the next day or two before the Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I cut grass on Saturday.
I have the picture up right
And
now.
yeah, actually, yeah, after the game day, the hobby game day. And I haven't touched it since, and it's still gonna be at least a couple more days before I do. So yeah, it's nice not having to cut it very often.
Yeah, no, it is absolutely nice not having to cut it very often. Listen, mine will be cut, but that's like probably a 2 week window, and it's still
Yeah,
fine.
wow. Yeah,
The garden is reaching its down tilt. I'll see.
sure,
But
sure.
I got plans to kind of till it early and do all that sort of stuff. But yeah, no, lawns are doing lawn stuff.
Yeah.
I have started the other secret thing that we don't talk about too often. Side projects that I want to do around the house.
Oh,
The
sure,
honeydew
sure.
list, as it is.
That's fair.
Yeah,
That's
so
fair.
I'm doing more of that stuff lately than worrying about the lawn. Like,
That might be a fun thing to do when we run out of lawn talk when it gets colder. Like, hey, what is the project you're working on?
that's true. That's true. Or at least planning the honeydew list.
Yeah.
One of my list things I'm pretty pleased. Got a decent quarterly bonus. I may be finally buying a shed. I know I've talked
Oh,
to you about
that'll
it
be
off this.
exciting.
I've been wanting a
Yeah,
shed for so long.
that'll be exciting.
I think I
Yeah.
have the extra funds to get a shed in the yard
That's
for
I
winter.
have no idea what the process looks like because I bought a house with a shed. So do you buy materials for it and build it, or does it come pre-built?
So you can do both options. I'm probably
Okay,
gonna spend a little extra and just do the pre-built because
nice.
fuck it.
Yeah.
Are we?
I mean,
We're only
if you
4
need
minutes
if
in. I
you
shouldn't
wanna
swear
do
yet. Anyway, yeah, screw it. I'm probably just gonna buy a pre-built and put it in.
sure. Well, if you don't buy the pre-built, you're always welcome to use my labor for help if you want to save a few
Hey,
$100.
when those guys are coming to drop it off and we're watching them work, we might as well be standing there with a beer. All right, Alex, that's all
That's
I'm
true.
saying,
That's
or
true. That'll
or
also
a
work.
beverage.
Yeah. That'll be
But
exciting. That'll be fun.
it will be. I got to shop around a little bit and find a place that can do it in service.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Yeah.
Um,
I have a project that I'd like to finish before it gets cold,
oh,
so which we still have plenty of time. I have some paint chipping on the underside of the roof of the house. I don't know what's
oh,
called,
okay.
but yeah, where like a lot of the wetness is.
Well,
So,
I mean, soft it. But yeah. Anyway,
right. So I need to sand it and paint it. So I would like to get it done next couple months. That's gonna be my project.
I would say try and do it quicker than you think.
Right. Right.
Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah.
what color? What color is it? Is it white?
It's white. It's white. Super
I
simple.
might have extra exterior white paint. Let me look. I'm not sure if it's
Oh,
interior or exterior.
oh, sure.
But
Yeah.
if I
If you're
do
not
it,
gonna use
it's probably more than enough than what you need. So
it, okay. If you don't use it, sure.
yeah, let me make sure it's exterior. Because if it's interior,
Sure.
it's useless to you.
Right.
Gotcha. But yeah, with that cold weather coming, like it's getting chilly. It'll happen before I want for sure.
Sure.
Probably not soon enough for you, but autumn is a coming.
Hmm.
With autumn, we have lots of other great festivities. Like locally, we have the Renfest started up. We'll have
Right.
our big festival days happening. The Apple Festival here. The
Mhm.
Not to mention Starbucks. All right, Starbucks has brought back the pumpkin spice latte, which
Of
means
course they did.
I'll have one or two.
Right.
Also, there's a lot of pumpkin beer out now, which is annoying because it's freaking August. Stop it. Um, but there's
Attempting it.
a lot of high calorie stuff coming our way, Alex. So today,
Yep.
for the fitness portion, we're going to talk a little bit about how we fight through maybe some of those cravings, when we know to give in, how to plan for it, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, that's a great idea. That's I literally have a conversation with some of my clients when we go into the fall season because of all the holidays. And even fall and moving into winter because it doesn't necessarily get better.
It's true, yeah. And then there's sometimes less physical activity because you're not outside as often
Oh,
as you
for
want to be.
sure. For sure. Yeah.
So what's I guess what's your one of your main tips that you give out or use for yourself whenever you're seeing there and the Halloween Oreos are out and the pumpkin beers out? Like how do you go like, okay, when do I dive in? When do I ignore it? How do you
Sure.
fight those cravings so you don't
Well,
overindulge?
the two main things that I usually do in this season is number one is I'll usually do a bulk,
Sure.
right? So I just try to cut at least the maintenance, but usually a bulk. So that means you have an extra 300 calories, and then the longer you do a bulk, the more you need to increase that number anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of time that around that time. So people trying to cut during that time, you can do it if that works for you, but it doesn't work for most people just because it lowers your quality of life too much.
Yeah.
That's number one.
Especially in the Western world where we have so many great holidays backed at the end of the year.
Yeah. And number two, and this doesn't work for most people, so I don't recommend it. But number two, I'm okay with just getting a little bit fat at that time,
Yeah.
right?
I said before the podcast began, by the way, it's okay being married and a little bit fat. Not too fat. You gotta
Right.
but
But I'm okay with like, hey, if I put on 3 pounds of fat, 4 or 5 pounds of fat, even during that time, as long as I'm bulking and building muscle, I'm gonna lose all of that. A lot of people lose that naturally when
yeah,
the spring and they start moving around more. I'm gonna lose it intentionally when I cut before the summer, right?
right. Well, I suppose a good thing is what you're saying then is, plan to eat more because there's more good food that we want to eat, whether it's sweets or not,
Mhm.
and just accept it. Like,
Yeah, be okay with it.
like enjoy your indulgence, but know that you're gonna work hard to remove it later. Like that, this is
Yeah.
not a permanent thing.
Yeah, have a plan. Having a plan is important. Being intentional with it is important. And also, I used to really care about like not getting fat
Right,
and not
right, right,
gaining weight. Where, as I mature in the health and fitness journey, like the reason for me pursuing health and fitness is to enjoy life more, not less.
right.
And my quality of life does not go down when I seasonally gain 3 to 5 pounds of fat.
Oh, absolutely not.
Right? Like my health does not go down, quality of life does not go down. You feel stronger at the gym, right?
Yep.
So like aesthetics are important. I like looking a certain way, but to an extent, right? To an extent where it doesn't lower my quality of life.
Yeah, I would say too that the to me like the best indicator too as you go through it is honestly it's your pants. You're not planning on buying new pants,
Sure.
right?
Yeah, I'm
Like
not
we're
gonna buy
putting
new
on the
pants.
big hoodies. Yeah, like it's comfy. It's great.
Yeah,
We love
I'm
it.
not gonna buy new pants, use the same belts. The belt notch might go down one or two,
Right, but
but
like
I'll
keep
go up.
keep that in your mind of going like, okay,
Yeah, I'm
you
not
see,
buying any new wardrobe.
yeah,
That's not happening.
but like you want to understand like, okay, the pants are fitting a little tighter. That's a good indicator of slowing down as opposed to like the scale. Don't never
Mhm.
use honestly never use the scale. Like I hate scales. Um
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
like
it's a tool you have to use with caution, and this it should if you do use it, it's only one of the markers, not absolutely not the marker.
Yeah. Like if I feel my pants getting tighter, I'm more concerned than if I see more weight on the scale
Oh,
ever.
for sure. No,
Because I've
absolutely.
I've had times where I've been heavier and the pants fit great. The same pants.
Yeah, sure.
It's just like, oh, also like, keep in the mind of like, what did I just eat? Did I enjoy a football game and have like 3 or 4 beers? Like, well, you might just be
Sure.
bloated.
Sure.
Like things to keep in mind too. But um, best tip for me always, like if you know you're going to, especially like a party, like a holiday party coming up, like so there's ones for festivals and stuff like
Mhm.
that. And there's going to be lots of high carb, high fat, high sugar type food and that sort of stuff. And you want to purposely limit it. You're like, I want to enjoy a little bit, but I don't want to overindulge. The best thing you can do is eat protein before you go.
I like that a lot.
So like I'm gonna go to an apple festival. There's apple everything. There's lots of other like
Mhm.
fried food and stuff. I might have a whole chicken breast, like to myself. I might cook that up before I leave.
Mhm.
And it'll look weird because I'm eating. And like I will it's like I promise, wife's used to it at this point. I will be hungry by the time I get there. That's
Right. Right, right, right.
I will burn enough calories to be hungry, but I won't be so hungry that I want to just eat 6 potatoes covered in
Right.
2 pounds of cheese, for fries. I will have a little
Sure.
bit and enjoy it as opposed
Sure.
to overindulging in it.
That's such a smart hack, is just and it's the goal is to get as much protein with the lowest amount of calories.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so chicken breast, some Greek yogurt, protein shake,
And
right?
like I
Some
said,
cottage cheese, egg whites, whatever.
it is now. It's like a seasoned chicken breast or like a barbecue chicken
Yeah.
breast. So like it has some flavor to it. Like, but
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
that's it. Like I won't need to side with it, and I won't even count it necessarily as the meal.
Mhm.
It's just to keep me from having the worst meal.
Yeah, it's super smart. And one more thing I will say is less so for festivals, but more so for days of celebration. Like I'm thinking Thanksgiving, or you go out to dinners, or you go out to eat out more.
Yeah.
Eat protein and vegetable first, especially if it's like more potluck or different types of meals, buffet style, which in America, that's usually the way we eat, right?
Right.
Uh, so yeah, just get protein, vegetable first, and then fill out the rest.
Yeah. I mean, dessert always does come last, but at least for me, for Thanksgiving, if it's on the table, I'm having a portion of it. But
Mhm.
that's
Yeah,
that meal more than anyone else, any other meal is the most important for me to enjoy everything of because I love that holiday so much. So, um, but yeah, but like also too, like you can portion control if you need to. Like not
mhm.
necessarily. I would say I'd skip the holidays for portion control. Just enjoy yourself.
Oh yeah,
It's a
holidays
day.
is good. Yeah, right.
But if you're going to like a party with some friends and they're cooking, like yeah, they're gonna have all this stuff out. Like just like Alex said, portion control. Like put on the proteins and the veggies first, and go okay. Let's have a little extra
Mhm.
fun here at the end.
Yeah, absolutely. And as far as here's what I do personally. When there's more season of treats, so you have more candy around. When caramel apples come out.
Is
Uh,
that you? Is that what gets you?
yeah, I love caramel apples with
Okay.
nuts, with peanuts. Oh, dude, it's so good. I was in this Walmart recently. I was like looking out for them. Like maybe they'll already put them out. No, not yet. Okay, but I love those suckers. So what I would do is when I have a treat, and most times I have a treat, I'll pair a treat with something that's also similar but healthier,
Okay. All right.
right? So I'll make like a proper snack out of it. So just literally right before this call, I had Greek yogurt and some chocolate, like chocolate, just regular chocolate,
Mm-hmm.
right? But if I just had regular chocolate without the Greek
You'd
yogurt,
have a
I
lot more
probably
chocolate.
twice or three times as much. But because I had Greek yogurt first, it was sweet, it was tasty, it was light and fit, flavored Greek yogurts, which I think are very good. I had some coffee with it, and I'm very satisfied and full.
Yeah, coffee's a good hack to keep you not hungry.
Coffee is a good
It's a nice
hack.
suppressant.
Yeah, but also pairing it with something that's similar but a higher protein.
I would say too, like try to be mindful of the time of when you're eating. Not necessarily because I'm ever stressed about like eating too late too often, but if it's 11:30 at night and I'm hungry for like a sweet
Sure.
snack, all right, let me stop
Yeah,
and
yeah.
think. Maybe I had a drink earlier and that's what's causing me to be hungry now. Maybe,
Right.
like it's like maybe I sometimes you can go to bed a little hungry. You're not actually
Yeah, I
hungry.
agree. I agree 100%. Maybe it's just because you stayed up later than you should be. You should be in bed by now, and usually you're not hungry because you're sleeping,
Yeah,
but now you are because you stayed up. So it totally happens to me all the
right.
time. So yeah, you can go to bed a little bit hungry,
That's
not
it's
starving, but
usually the Wednesday night because we have the late nights at our
yes,
club night.
yes,
So like I'm
yes,
very intentionally I get home like at worst case it's a Greek yogurt small little
yeah,
like 100-calorie thing. That's it.
yeah. Well, even last night, Brendan made burgers, right? They're
I
delicious.
helped. I brought the
Okay,
buns. What
all
the
right. Okay, Brandon made burgers, and I had like a double stack burger with cheese and fries, right? Plenty of portion for dinner. Wasn't really hungry, but then get in there after the game. It's like I think it's 10 p.m. and I'm like, I'm not really hungry, but I could eat some more.
Yeah,
There's some leftover burgers, and I had it. Where if I was at home, I wouldn't be eating that,
right.
right? So yeah, as long as those days don't happen too often, that's okay. But ideally, don't eat close to bedtime.
No, I mean that's a good thing. Like I try not to eat anything. 9 o'clock's usually my cutoff.
Yeah,
Nine
that's
thirty is like the
very
absolute
reasonable.
latest.
Hmm.
But there's also times too where like I might. Thankfully, I'm pretty good. Like my sweet tooth will kick in, and I'll be like, all right, I want a treat today.
Sure.
So but I'll kind of plan for it. Like maybe my
Mhm.
breakfast or my lunch will be later. Maybe I'll do something like that. Just a plan because I usually like my sweet treat after dinner,
Right,
primarily. So
right,
like, hey, if I'm gonna have 400 calories of Oreos, I'm gonna make sure I subtract 400 calories probably on lunch.
right, right.
So
You
just
have to know yourself. When will you want to treat, and what are you going to have? Plan things accordingly.
yeah, and then if you want a treat out of nowhere, that's probably when you need to say, no, I'm in control. You
Right.
think you want this, you don't actually want this.
Yes, I like that word. You're in control. You are in control whether you choose to have a treat or not choose to have a treat, but it's always your choice.
Yes, 100%. But
I like it.
but yeah, also like too, make sure you enjoy this holiday season,
Yeah,
like
enjoy
that's
life.
coming up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's both, right? So we have in the life space and wellness space, we have two sides. We have the fitness fanatics, fitness freaks who are like, never have pizza, never have candy,
My brother in Christ, have you had fucking pizza in your life? It's delicious. I live
right,
for pizza. All right, don't tell
right,
me that.
right.
No,
And
shut
that
up.
and this is a proper response. This is a very proper response.
Yeah,
But then we have other people who are like, oh no, you got to enjoy life. You got to enjoy freedom. You got to, I'm free to eat whatever I want. And like, yes,
but this
but you recognize,
Marcus Aurelius, be harder on yourself than you are on others.
yeah,
Be
but
strict with
recognize
yourself.
that
Yeah.
you're actually lacking, you're inhibiting your freedom because you're less healthy now,
Yeah.
right? Because you are so many pounds, have so much fat on you, you can't go for a walk or a hike, your quality of life goes down, right? Your
Mm-hmm.
sleep is worse, your mood is worse, your energy is worse, your relationships are worse as an outcome. So the truth is somewhere in the middle, right?
Yes. Every just like everything in life,
Just like everything else. And you just got to recognize
balance.
that,
Find the balance, and
right?
you'll be happy. And also
Right. If
just
you see one or the
ignore
other,
ignore the extremes on both sides.
oh,
100%.
just do. Yeah, I see so much on social media of those, and sometimes it comes from qualified people, and I'm like, you're just not helpful because you're being so extreme,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Extreme. Like I get it. Like okay, David Goggins stuff works for David Goggins, but I don't want to be that hard.
Right,
I don't need to
right.
be that hard. I
Yeah,
just need to be strong enough to what I want in quality of life versus discipline.
yeah,
That's the balance you find, but it's usually
exactly.
somewhere, like I said, it's usually somewhere in the middle.
Somewhere in the middle, exactly. Yeah, sometimes I see like a dietitian or a coach online, and like you can be 350 pounds and healthy. I'm like, that's not a good message.
No.
Like, that's you can tell somebody, hey, you can start your journey at any size. You can be healthier at any
Yeah.
size, like healthier. You can always do something to be healthier.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's not encouraging anybody to stay where they're at.
Yeah. No, not at all.
Yeah,
All right. Well, little message out there. I guess that's more of a PSA than
yeah,
much else, but let's dive back in. We got some fitness and some news to talk about, Alex.
Fitness.
What up? Hobby. Oh my God, I'm mixing it up. Sorry, hobby.
We can talk more about fitness. I'm always down for that.
I mean, my fitness is still going the same it is. But
So I'll tell you a little story.
sure, please. Yeah.
School,
So
school,
erase my
school
embarrassment, please.
It's okay. School started back up, and so two classes in 1 week so far. And the first class, I was like to introduce myself, kind of say who I am,
Yeah.
just get students comfortable. I always mention that I play Warhammer, and nobody so far has raised their hand that they know anything about Warhammer. It's okay, but I always ask each student what's their favorite exercise. And this year, for some reason, I had so many students tell me some kind of a variation of a split squat or a Bulgarian split squat is their favorite exercise. And
You
like, are
have
you
a
all
bunch of crazy people,
I'm
Alex.
like, "Are you all psychos? What's going on?" And
What?
I've asked them, and they're athletes, so they learn to enjoy it,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
right? And like
Embrace the
their
suck.
coach
Yeah.
kind of like, yeah, and they got good at them. So I'm like, okay, fair enough. But they are part of my programming right now, and
Nice.
yeah, they're hard.
They are not fun.
No,
Yeah, I don't like them, but they're
Mhm.
they're also very worthwhile. So
Oh,
yeah.
phenomenal. I mean, my glutes are on fire after those.
Mm-hmm.
So very
That's good.
good.
All right, let's move to hobby.
Ah,
Now Alex is keeping me. He's keeping me. Like, we talked fitness again. All right. So here's a pretty picture of two handsome men. If I could bring it up there.
wow,
Look at
wow.
that.
Look at that. Look at us.
Shout out to the Grimdark. Is that the Grimdark Gains shirt, or is that your shirt that you're wearing? And the
It
ADHD one.
is. It is my shirt. It is my shirt. Yeah.
All right. Shout out to the Fit Hammer merch, as well as Rascal Apparel, which is what I'm repping over here.
Ah, very good. Very good.
So what's going on here, Alex? Why are you playing this handsome individual?
Just because I love him so much. He's such a great guy.
Oh man, that's a lie.
That's not it's not the case at all. No, so I am still working on very slowly on my 1,000 point army of vampire counts that I converted a lot of my zombicide minis into, so I can
Hmm.
use them in both Warhammer and zombicide. It's very
Right.
fun.
So
It's very heavy
it's
in
a very
zombies.
smart idea. It's probably
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I know, and they work so. I mean, once I put them on square base, prime them, and zenithal prime them, and you actually see some contrast, they look really good.
Yeah, because basing doesn't matter in Zombicide, right?
No, not
Yeah.
at all. No. Yeah, so I brought them the list. I want to pull up a photo here, just very briefly describe it.
I have our deployment picture up as well.
Yes, good, good. So the list was 2 large units of zombies, 1 moderate, I think 16 unit of Graveguard with just sword and board. I didn't upgrade to great swords because you
Mhm.
can't have both in that unit,
Yeah.
unfortunately. 1 unit of, I think, also 16 ghouls, which are skirmishers, and 1 unit of 3 crypt horrors, which are like ghouls but on steroids.
By the way, I looked at the skirmish rules more, so I understand how it should work for
Oh,
us.
really?
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, it was
Next time
very
we play,
confusing.
I got you covered.
Good, good, good. But it was really fun. And then I fit in 4 heroes into that
Yeah, I was surprised about the heroes you had.
list. Yes, yes, 4 heroes at 1,000 points. So I was surprised they were relatively cheap because I have some ghosts and the bone guys, the whites were pretty cheap.
Yep.
And
Oh,
at first before we started the game, I was like, well, do we really need a BSB because the leadership is so high? I don't really break. But yeah, you do need a BSB.
you do.
BSB was
Yeah,
super
yeah. It's really good for you.
very, very helpful for the army specific rules. But a really fun game, a lot of points. I actually posted it in Grimdark Games Discord and talked
Oh,
about it.
nice. Okay.
And a few people were like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. The high elves don't scale well for 1,000 points. Typically.
Not as well. To be fair though, like so I had what 12 or no 11 Lothern Sea Guard, a level 3 Archmage,
Right. You
12
didn't have to
12
put all
Face
your points.
Guard, and 8 or 7, yeah, 7 Silver Helms plus a noble champion, a noble general,
Right.
combat-y. Yeah, it's hard to scale to match exactly, but also it's fine. Like I was still getting through a lot of your stuff.
Yeah. And also, you could have brought a list to match mine better, but you also wanted me to like not kill my general turn 1.
Yeah,
So I actually had some fun.
yeah, I brought a 2,000 point list and I scaled it down with what I had.
Right.
But still, it's just like, it looked more daunting at the start, but like anything, like I knew what to focus on, I knew what to
Sure.
ignore. I was getting
Sure.
through it. I wish I had like Illyrian Reavers to bait out some of those charges instead of the Silver
Illyrian
Helms.
Reavers would have been helpful,
Yeah,
and some kind of a ambusher would have been helpful.
Ambusher been huge.
Yeah.
It would
I
have
mean, I
made the
would have stayed.
game non as not as stressful because I'd be then
Yeah.
harassing your general very quickly.
Right. Right. It would have been a much. I think it would be a very close game if you had ambushers.
Yeah. Actually, I think if I had ambushers, it would have just switched it to being the opposite of like 60-40 you to 60-40 me.
Yeah, I think so. Like I
Like
would all game, I would have to
immediately.
find a way. I think I would castle up way more. Basically,
Yeah,
I would have.
you'd have to have a unit specific. It'd be weird. You have to have a unit that you put your general in, a
Yeah,
unit for buffering behind, and unit buffering in front, which would be
I would honestly probably keep my ghouls back if I did, because they're skirmishers, so they have
yeah,
360.
just blot me out. Yeah,
But then you would easily get a charge off because ghouls are kind of what held you back for so many turns
yeah,
with your silver helms. So yeah, but that it was an interesting game, and I really enjoyed playing vampire counts. They played the list that I built played exactly as it should. It
yeah,
just marched forward and crumbled and was brought back. Crumbled was brought back. It was really fun.
yeah. Like I said, it was fun to play against. Looking forward to see it to grow to 2,000. I'd
Yeah.
like to try it in a 2,000 point list to see how it works
Mhm.
out. But like, yeah, it was more daunting than what it was.
Yeah.
I
And also,
think.
they
Yeah.
didn't have a lot of punch, right? It was just more that they would hit you a little bit, you would kill a lot, but I would regrow two-thirds of it.
Yeah, and like, but the time you don't regrow enough, it's like, okay,
Oh my
I can
goodness.
get ahead of you then.
Exactly. Exactly.
Nice. Okay, and then I see here too some pickups from you.
Yeah, yeah. I stopped at Norm's
Hmm.
Toy Soldier Gallery. Pick up a few things. I think I also picked something else in addition to that, but those are the only minis I did. And yeah, so the top two boxes are for my halfling army, and I would like to make a halfling force for Old World. Start with 500 points at some point,
Nice.
and that little pig with the
Pippin cart.
pumpkins,
Is
that's
that
going to be my supply point.
nice? That's
Supply wagon.
awesome.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's going to be great. And then some mushroom dudes I'm gonna probably use as on the basis of some of my goblins for Old World.
Oh, there you go. That'd be
Yeah.
nice. Oh, I
Mhm.
guess we should say Alex won the game we played.
Sure,
We
sure.
didn't technically say that, but yeah.
Right.
Uh,
But the thing is, I didn't kill that much.
no,
Like,
yeah,
okay, the Phoenix Guard died, but other than that, like, I don't. I think you lost one silver helm and
and
maybe
I
two.
lost no Lothern Seaguard.
No
We
Lothern
just reached a
Guard.
point where like I can't kill you anymore, so we called it. Like after like 4 turns,
Yeah.
I think.
It
Yeah.
was. It wasn't really that I won like decisively. It was the fact that like you haven't really killed enough, and eventually I would have killed you.
Yeah, and it might be interesting too. Like if we played like a specific scenario or had different objectives,
Oh
it might
yeah,
make it much harder
yeah,
for you
for
because
sure.
you can't march and all that sort of stuff. But yeah,
No
I don't
maneuverability in
think.
this army.
Yeah, just straight up kill. That's where it didn't scale right. But
Right,
regardless,
right.
but actually, before we dive to that, we'll talk a little bit about my hobby.
Sure, yeah.
Not hobby per se, but I just want to show off. I haven't done this too often, but Alex and I played at our monthly Legionnaire
Mhm.
Legion Club day, and we had a great turnout. So just want to show off some pictures from there. Uh, we had Old World, we had Sigmar, there's some 40K, we had some historical. It was like an open day, so people could bring whatever they wanted to. But you know, some of the club members. Here's a Porter. He's one of the newer club members, but he loves historical Flames of War. Painted a sorry burp there. A huge Japanese army and a themed table for it. So
Nice.
it's just cool to see that. We had some demo games going on of a new tank specific game that looked kind of interesting,
Hmm.
pretty cheap to get into, called World of Tanks. I didn't get a
Well,
chance to play it.
isn't that a video game?
It is, but
Yeah,
they have a tabletop game.
yeah, that's cool.
So like I don't know, it didn't really jive with me. It was like a tank skirmish game. I'm like, not
Right.
really. Flames is more
True.
interesting, and actually, that Porter had multiple copies of. You remember the little books for Eighth Edition, the rules, like the little like paperback ones that you could carry around much easier
Oh
than.
yes, yes, yes. I had one of those. Yeah,
So
in Russian.
Flames of War does the same thing where they have the core
Mm,
heavy rule book and then these mini ones which are exactly the same. So he had
sure.
like 10 extras, so he gave me one to
Ah,
kind of like read through because there's history in it, and I like history,
sure,
so.
sure. That's fun.
Yeah, so maybe I'll get into Flames of War. You never know, but
I wouldn't be surprised.
hey, we'll we'll see. I got other irons in the fire right now. You know, Napoleonics.
Ah,
Not that I need to pay anything, but we also had our weekly The Barn Owls Club night. Last night technically.
mhm.
Um, and here is Alex
Yeah,
outside playing Kill Team. What?
yeah. It was super fun. Luke and I,
Talk about it. Yeah.
yeah. So Luke and I allied. So this is a player versus versus the game
Mm-hmm.
mode for Kill Team. and Bobby just took over for the game, right? So he wasn't trying to win.
He was game
So
master essentially.
he was game master basically. But you really don't have to have him because like we both could have played it, but he was game mastering for us.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, Luke was playing Alpha Legion Space Marines. I was playing the Orcs, the Commandos,
Yep.
and our goal was to secure an objective in the middle of the board and also kill his big bad Space Marine leader. It was a really fun game. I really enjoyed it. And the only thing that we did not do, because it was first time that Bobby was running it, is that we didn't scale it correctly. Because
sure,
I think I lost like 2 orcs the whole time. Luke did lose, I think, half of his squad.
Oh wow.
But yeah, we wiped his army like pretty much without a sweat. Like I think we could have had twice as many enemies,
Okay.
and would have been a much closer, more interesting fight. But that's
Gotcha.
when the first time we did it, it was like a test run. So I'm actually pretty excited to play more of it, and I would love because the mechanics were very interesting, where he would bring back things we kill.
Okay.
You could bring him back anywhere. So
Cool.
I could see be very fun where we get to the middle and we lose more and more models, and we have to defend as more and more enemies start surrounding us. So I'm excited to play more of it. It was really, really fun.
That's awesome. Yeah, shout out to Luke here in the picture with you, as well as
Mhm.
Corey and Chris, who were some
Yeah.
guests that night. So become more and more regular. But also, this game went into the not wee hours. It went to the past sunset. So I
Yeah.
liked seeing. I kept coming out from my game, which I'll talk about my game with Neil.
Sure.
It was a very different game, but it was fun seeing you guys with the phone lights playing this game.
Yeah. It was really fun.
Yeah. So here's Alex, feet up, probably smoking a cigar. I mean, let's
I
be
was playing
honest.
a cigar. Yeah.
And then just the vibe shot. I just put up on my Instagram too. The vibe shot of the fire going, the
Mhm.
outside kill team, and then the inside Napoleonics war game. Like it was, man.
It was pretty cool.
Sometimes you gotta like step back and go like, I'm blessed, and just enjoy your life.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was honestly a very, very nice night. And very grateful for Bobby for running it and for just everybody being there. So
Yeah.
it was very, very nice.
Very nice. Well, before we part ways with Alex and move over to Neil, we do have a piece of news I wanted to talk about specifically with Alex here. Alex, can you take
Oh
a
no.
guess what it is as I bring it up?
I wonder if it's related to Taylor Swift.
100%. Taylor Swift is engaged to Travis Kelce.
What?
How fucking awesome is that? I have to say, by the way, looking at the Instagram post she had right here, put it up, but bring up the full picture of it. So I remember when I talked about, I watched the New Heights, the Kelce brothers, their podcast where they had Taylor Swift on. She announced a new album. So apparently, and fuck you guys if you don't care about it. I don't care. I'm telling you about it. You're gonna learn some Taylor Swift lore if you follow this podcast.
We care that you care, Chuck.
I know. So you can see in the picture here that her hair's a little disheveled, specifically around the ear. So apparently, while they were filming that podcast, Travis secretly had their back like patio place transformed into that beautiful like garden setting, like to the extreme, because he was planning to propose to her after. So like while she was filming, and even if you watch the podcast again, like people are figuring this out, there's a section where she refers to him as boyfriend, and he gives like a little side eye, like
That's
like a
hilarious.
little, and it's like okay, like whatever. But yeah, clearly she said yes. Otherwise, she wouldn't have put it up on her Instagram.
Sure.
Hey, listen. For me, I like seeing love. I like seeing people happy. I'm a Taylor Swift fan. Like but as someone who's happily married, seeing other people diving into it of a union of sorts, whatever type that may be, of joy and happiness, is exciting to me. So also, I feel bad for everybody that reached out to me. That was you didn't, Alex. You understand where my love of Taylor Swift is. It's in the music and the joy of the person, not anything bad. But the people who wanted to make jokes at me, who were single, got the biggest burn of their life that day, because I'm just like, man, it's great seeing people who are happily married just like me, unlike you. So yeah, if you were
yeah, because they definitely lost their chance. Okay.
Yeah. I wasn't even trying with Taylor Swift. I just wanted her to make more music.
Not you, but everybody else. I'm like,
I know,
nobody.
but it's just like, oh my god, those jokes were nonstop, and I'm like, I'm just gonna be very mean to you all today. I'm in a great mood. You're about to be in a bad mood.
It's silly, but it's
It's
good for
fun.
her. I really hope it works out, and I'm happy for her fans.
It is. It is. Actually, there's a couple jokes I've seen that were actually kind of funny. Like there's some jokes where it's like, whatever. Some jokes are funny. Like one, it's gonna be weird seeing Swift on the back of his jersey.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty funny.
Second, people are making lists of the most, the only thing stronger than her prenuptial with him, and it's all like Wolverine's adamantium skeleton. It's all things that are fake. Which that's another funny one too. Like you gotta have a little fun with it, but
That's funny. Oh goodness.
yeah, Life of the Showgirl coming out October. Everybody get pre-orders in. Anyway,
Yep,
I'm
definitely.
I'm not gonna show my stuff because I don't have. Well, I guess there's a merch store. Go buy our merch. That way I can buy more Taylor Swift merch, and that's how it works.
Yeah.
That's exactly the
Chuck
cycle.
has great AOS merch.
I actually do have some good AOS merch. People just
Yeah.
don't know about it because I don't talk about it because I forget.
If you play Age of Sigmar, you should absolutely check Strength Hammer, especially AOS merch.
What I should really do is just pass it over to you, Alex, because you're much better at this stuff than me. You put your stuff in there and have that, and then like if it's something of mine, you give me like 40%, and you just manage
No,
it
I'll
all.
give you. Yeah. That's actually. I mean, we can talk about it.
We can't, cause like I'm not good at pushing it, but there's some fun stuff up there that I think people would like. But anyway,
Yeah.
we're beside the point. So that's the news. There is going to be some Warhammer news. I'm going to talk about it with Neil because I can't think of a topic for Neil yet. So I want to front load the news. Little insight here.
Sure. You have some time.
I do. We're recording late this week, but it's fine. Anyway, Alex, any parting words for this week?
No, enjoy life. Remember why we promote health and fitness is not so you get jacked and get laid, though it might happen. It's primarily to enjoy life more, improve your quality of life, and play Warhammer longer.
Yes, roll dice. That's what it's about. All right, Alex, we'll see you next time on 152. But for now, 151 is going to continue with me and Neil on the other side.
See you guys.
And we're back with that ASMR beard scratching. Let's get some more.
I know it's itchy this morning.
Is it?
Are you getting this?
You gotta get the beard oils or
I
conditioner.
look like a goddamn crackhead here. I'm like,
Need another hit, Neil. Need another hit. Oh man, how you doing today?
I'm going full crackhead on a Sunday morning. That's what
Yeah. Well, we're up before 7 on a Sunday morning to record. Yeah, we were just talking before too. I am sore all over because I golfed for the first time in 2 years with my sister. And ow, those obliques, baby. But Neil, how you doing otherwise?
Good. No problems. Family's healthy. Good. Ready to go. Coached soccer game yesterday. We lost 5-2. Cheers.
Hey, could be worse. There's a lot of bad Premier Leagues right now. Premier League teams right now.
Manchester United losing to Grimsby Town or something like that. This means nothing to like 99% of you listening right now. But if you've ever watched Welcome to Wrexham, you know that Grimsby Town is like 3 leagues below Manchester United.
Yeah,
maybe 4.
Oh yeah,
not good.
It's not good. It's not good at all. But hey, it's an Arsenal player. I'm doing really well right now. At least at time of recording, we're playing Liverpool later. So the second place team from last year versus the first place team. We'll see. But yeah, other than that though. I actually meant to ask. I was going to ask off podcast, but I guess we're going to keep the sports talk here for a little bit, everybody, just a little longer. How'd you do on your football draft?
I guess we'll find out today, huh? I have no idea really. I think I did pretty well. It's a work league.
Okay.
So now, I hate to sound like this, but maybe 80% of the players in my league are new to fantasy football or have played it maybe a couple times, and so the first lady who had the number 1 overall pick was picking based on people she knew and could recognize. And picked Travis Kelce number 1 overall.
Yeah, there you go.
So it's just like I was the number 2 pick, expecting to pick somebody completely different, and then that basically the number 1 pick fell into my lap.
Yeah. You're like, okay then,
So,
I guess.
so Jamar Chase, here we come. So,
Oh, that's funny. That's good. That's good. Well, hey, gotta have fun
but
with it. I remember
thoughts on him against the Browns.
remember my first time I did a fantasy football league. They wanted to wake up super early to do it, and I completely slept in. So I woke up to a completely auto pick team.
Oh God.
Still finished top third somehow of like the
Did
pack.
you really?
I was
Yeah,
like,
I
I was
mean,
like I woke up to like all my phone blowing up. They're like, Chuck, and I'm like, oh, my bad.
it's hilarious. I mean, I don't play fantasy football much, but the auto drafted team. I love how everybody just thinks they're smarter than like the 9,000 people that make this their job to do.
Oh yeah.
It usually doesn't work out very well. But
Oh boy, we are smarter than though, Neil.
who are we smarter than?
Your HOA. How's your lawn doing?
Oh my God, yeah, everybody's smarter than HOA.
I know.
Again, I'm gonna say it again. I don't understand how those things are legal.
Yep. Mhm.
I don't understand how in a supposedly free country I could have somebody tell me what I can and can't do with my property.
They're the most
Fuck HOA.
anti-American thing I've ever seen.
If you are listening right now and you are on the HOA committee, you should reevaluate your life and think about maybe burning that thing down.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
regardless, my lawn is looking immaculate currently. I've got it. It's got that fall green to it.
Yep.
Where it's now starting to be a little cooler throughout the day. We're getting some 50s at night.
Oh
I think
yeah.
we might have even had some upper 40s last night.
We were upper 40s. I woke up like I was like to get ready for this. I was like, oh, like I still had like I have summer pajamas and winter pajamas,
Mhm.
and I was like, oh, I need a hoodie and slippers right now. Holy cow.
Yeah, it was the varsity girls youth night last night where the kiddos who play soccer get to, if they wear their jersey, they get in free.
Nice.
I'm a coach. Every year I've gotten in free. I walked in, I'm like, coach is getting free, right? They're like, no, $10. I'm like, Jesus.
Ouch.
So but I was there last night and I had to have the hoodie on.
Yeah.
We get laid into, and that's that fall, that crisp, that soccer/football weather. Oh God,
It's
there's
nice.
no better time.
It is nice. I can't tell you why I'm not wanting to let go of summer yet though. Like time of recording, it's still August 31st, so it's still summer in my heart.
Summer can get bent. I want to live somewhere where it's eternally fall. I don't know where that place exists. If I can find it, goddamn it, even if it's for like half a year,
Yeah, that's
I'm
fair.
there. I am there.
That's fair. It is a good time. It is a good time. Speaking of lawns, by the way, here's a picture. I did cut my lawn too. Garden, everything's trimmed up. It was all I'm like, the holiday, Labor Day. Yeah, happy Labor Day, everybody. At time of in America for time of this coming out. So that put a fire in me to get out there and get it all nice and tidied up for the weekend, so I could spend my first day of Labor Day weekend golfing today. After this, I'm gonna get ready. The wife wants to go out to the city, so Monday I get to do nothing and look at my lawn. I was hoping to look at my lawn for 3 days.
I'm going to do something I haven't also done for about 20 years,
What's
which
that?
is, and I've been meaning to do this for a long time, is I'm taking my kids to the Cleveland Air Show.
Ooh, okay.
I love me
Yeah.
some air show.
Yeah.
I've always loved me some air show. I used to go all the time when I was a kid. When I was in PT school, it
Yep.
was right by Langley Air Force Base and the big naval base down there by
I mean,
Virginia Beach.
yeah,
and
especially
everything.
if you have that type of base around you, I'm sure you guys get great big air shows.
Oh, it's basically like I'd drive to work and the Thunderbirds would be just practicing. You just watch them. There's many times when I'm not driving to work, driving to class. I'd be late for class because I just pull over and watch them. I'm like, fuck it, this is more important.
Yeah. No, I agree. Out by me, we have a small airport, but they would always, do big air shows too, and we would always get Blue Angels or Thunderbirds. And I remember too, I had a job 7 years ago. It was at a lumberyard, and it's that cooler weather. Well, actually, no, it was summer. It's always summer for us. I apologize. So it's hot, but anyway, the airspace designated always for the Blue Angels and the Thunderbirds was over essentially the lumberyard was like the center point. They would do all like their crosses over top of us
Oh,
because
nice.
it was close to the airport, but it was shifted out of the way of the occasional regular traffic. There wasn't a ton of traffic at that airport, but yeah, we would just so everybody would just no work's happening this week. We're just watching the Blue Angels practice.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
It's a little known fact about myself. I tried. I looked into joining the Air Force / Navy to see if I could fly the jets, and you have corrected vision or uncorrected vision to be able to do that. Also, be a certain height, but the vision thing I did not.
Yeah.
Bill on, and so that I did not actually end up joining the military, but that's what I wanted to do.
Honestly, that was me too. I wanted to fly jet planes and eventually go to space, and then and then I was like preteen and I got glasses, and then I figured out that that's not happening now, and I was. And I was just like, well, I don't like people telling me when I have to go to the bathroom anyway, so I guess it's for the best. Yeah. But no, nice with that. Lawns are fresh. Plus, also, it's nice. We're only cutting them like once every 2.5 weeks, it feels like right now. Although, waking up this morning, had a nice fog rolling in because we're, like over by me, we got the highlands, so we got that nice fog creeping over the mountains.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful up there. I love waking up in those in the house and staring out over top of all that and seeing the fog kind of sitting low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're at that time.
Yeah.
But speaking of other beautiful sights, Neil, I see a nice, beautiful painted dragon here from you.
Oh, yes. That was a commission for Mr. Johnny D. So yeah, I did that. So if you fans of the podcast will remember that I have done commission work for him in the past.
Yes.
And it's taken me quite some time to get it done. John is amongst one of the best dudes literally ever.
Yeah.
And so he didn't care. However, I was not going to allow that to happen this time. So I did the polar opposite and finished this guy in 3 days. So.
Nice. It looks good. Like looking at, I love the pale green, the close up on the faces, and the vampire lord are just awesome.
Yeah, I took a look at the box art and I didn't, 1-to-1 follow it, but by any means, he likes, so the vampires and everything in the purple instead of the red was just kind of how I did my Soulblight army back in the day. And, and I'm like, what do you want this painted like? And he's just like, paint it to match your army. I love the way you paint. I'm like, well, okay.
There you go.
I don't know what's wrong with your vision, but sure.
He's love blind.
So we stuck to the purple on the flags and the cloaks and stuff like that. But the dragon itself, I felt like, if I do say so myself, especially in the face, came out real nice.
Yeah.
So, I thought when I first saw this model, I thought to myself, like, it's not much different than the old one. Why did they even feel like this was necessary? I don't understand it. You got your vampire armored on top of a zombie dragon that is just like in a different pose. And then I got the model in my hand. I was like, oh, this is much different and much cooler.
One of those models, when you see it, you're like, I gotcha.
Yeah. So yeah, much better. So I really like the way it turned out. Threw a couple little extras on there too. If you'll notice that there's a skeleton popping out of the base. I don't know if you have the full picture of
let me get back to that real quick.
The whole guy, but that skeleton is from an Underworld's war band that I still had, hanging around for no reason that I wasn't using. I'm like, you know what? This guy's going on Johnny's base. He's popping out of the ground there. So
that's nice. Trees. I always love your trees, Neil.
Yeah, I asked him, like, do you want like I know I got trees on the other ones. You want this to match? It's like, I've got extras. He's just like, yeah. So
there you go. That looks good. I had, for a couple weeks ago, having a podcast where I'm saying I'm burnt out. I've got a lot of hobby. Like it's sorry, excuse me there. And I was able to knock out right up here. Boom, I don't know what it's called. The Ideneth manifestation. I'd actually never looked at the box to know what it was called.
Wavy monster tentacle guy.
Yeah, wavy monster tentacle that guy. And it's really funny because this was a really fun model to put together, and it's a very joyous one to paint because it's mostly dry brushing after you put the base colors down, a little bit of touch ups here and there.
Yeah.
I have no idea what it does in the game. I probably never will. It went in the box with the army that I don't play it too often. But this is the first time because my Ideneth army was originally commissioned by Brush for Hire Sean McAfee, and I told him, hey, keep the skin tone natural of whatever shade you want, and do whatever else you want with the rest. And I didn't think he was going to do the basing. I didn't tell him to do the basing, but he did the basing, and he did a wave like they're walking on water, which like, okay, that's pretty cool. This is the first, like, and it's cool, but also like sometimes you're like, it's just a dude walking on water. Like occasionally there'd be little like reefs and stuff they'd be standing on, but this is the first time where I went, wow, I'm glad he did the water basing, because the way it just blends up into this water monster just works so well.
Yeah. It is fun when you can do stuff like that, and you can mess with water effects and all that kind of stuff. Do something a little different on models, so it makes Ideneth. I mean, if like maybe you're not into flying sharks, I don't know, but just the act of like putting those models together and like the creativity you can have with them, it's just something different, like than anything else, really.
Yeah,
I want to say, so.
Yeah, I would say they're probably as unique of a concept as Skaven are to me, I think. Like, I hope they stay around forever, and I hope they keep growing, because they're very, very unique.
Yeah. People screamed for fish people back in like 7th and 8th fantasy edition for like the longest time. So this is what we got, right?
Yeah, fish elves. Wet
Fish
elves, let's go.
Oh my god.
Also, with the crew, we're working on the terrain for the grand narrative that we have to do. So we actually got that pretty much all tidied up. I've like a couple things to dry brush just to finish up. Nothing major, but nice little event day there with the guys and the gal to get that all sorted. Beyond that, I think I mentioned I mentioned I played a game with Alex, but that was with Alex. Sorry, separating out the podcast recording by like 2 days is always like, what did I do with Alex? But I did also get another game in of Valor and Fortitude with the club, so Napoleonics. The Jervis Johnson rule set, it's the more we play it, the more we go, oh, we weren't playing this right. Kind of like first Age of Sigmar, that's what it reminds me of. Like very simple, very clean. A lot more nuance into it the more you play it. But also, too, like, we did a 3v3 Napoleonics game. I'd say probably about 1,000-point armies. Points are different, but it'd be about 1,000-point armies. And we did it in 3.5 hours. 3 versus 3. No issues. No, like, oh, we're just done. Like, conclusion to the game.
Wow.
Yeah, so.
Like that.
Yeah, that's that. And we're all just like, that's pretty good. And then as such, after that, to make my life easier, I went and did some magnetizing and some little base, magnetized base cut up so I can move them a little easier with the game system. Nothing major there, but.
I also saw a little hangout at the barn with a fire going, perhaps on your club night.
Yeah, that was the same night that I played Napoleonics. A couple of guys, they want to do some outside kill team, and then their game took almost as long as ours. It looks like, because I think they were playing a 2v, like kind of like CPU. So someone was being the game master, and because you can actually, there's kill team stuff now that you can play solo. So yeah, but someone was running the I guess the non-player side, and they were having a game, but they were actually out there with flashlights at some point because it got dark real quick.
I love it though. Like, it looked amazing.
Yeah, it was a good time. And before we do anything else, though, we do have a quick bit of news to get through here. And don't worry, I've already covered the Taylor Swift engagement news with Alex, so you were safe from that.
Quite the rock. What kind of ring do you buy a woman worth $3 billion?
I mean, yeah, it has to be like super
really, that's the kind.
Like, it's got to be super personalized, you can't just off the shelf it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, good for them. And then I love it too. Back to sports and Taylor Swift, all the greatest stuff on this Warhammer podcast that people love. Did you see their first public appearance post engagement?
Was
was
that a Cincinnati game or something?
it was the Cincinnati versus Nebraska game because Travis Kelce went to the Cincinnati Bears and all that. But it's just like like I think I saw it was the perfect caption. Like they just got engaged. They could do whatever they want in the world, and they go to that, and like he wants to go to that, so she joins them, even though like it means nothing like really to anybody there, like other than him wanting his team to win. Like, okay, guys, that's love, right? Like your spouse is coming with you to something that's probably pretty boring, even if they understand it. It's like they're like, okay.
Heard they're looking for houses about 40 minutes away from me, so there is a non-zero chance that we just wind up homies.
You could, 100%. I mean, hey, listen, Neil.
There's technically a non-zero chance of anything happening. So
I'm just
makes
like
that funny.
we don't ever want to see anybody injured, but like he gets a little ankle sprain and like he's got like it acts up like 20 years from now while he's living out by you and you're the physio nearby.
Yeah.
Good to go.
Could be a closet Warhammer player. Who knows? And now we've just reeled it back in.
There we go. Perfect. On to the actual news. With that segue, I can't not go back to news. Okay. So these are all like just basic Warhammer community, nothing that I sent you to actually have to bring up, but except cookies. The heck? My goodness. Oh my goodness. Come on, Warhammer community site. Why can't you save my cookies? Anyway, for Warhammer Plus, they released the 2 new models for the coming year. They pick up an Eldari like Spirit Seer type thing, which is my favorite model I think I've ever seen them release for the Warhammer Plus stuff. It
looks cool. So it's right up there with the original Sniper, I want to say.
The Sniper was good too. You're right. Yeah, that's true. Because there's definitely more diorama than game pieces, it seems. Although this Necromancer with the skeletons coming around him, also pretty sick. Like I'm thrilled with what these are. Like I don't think these necessarily need to be game pieces, just cool things that this is the exclusive thing that you get, and plus they're a little bigger, so worth the money.
Necromancer is like the coolest Necromancer I think they've ever done, outside of Heinrich Kemmler, which he doesn't really count. He's Wizard with Hat.
Yep. You could put a hat on this guy.
That's right.
Yeah, but also I'm thrilled too. Like with this, I'm gonna grab the Spirit Seer because I have an Eldari army, so they actually released one for an army that I have that I care about. Like there was the Orc one, the Iron Jaws one, but I'm like he looked exactly the same as the other ones. I'm like I can't tell the difference.
Yeah. I've got that, bro, and I'm just like, what do I do with this guy? I don't know.
Yeah,
he's just like slightly too big for fantasy, so I'm like
Yeah. Also, Warcry is not dead. We're not gonna. Yeah, I know. Who knew? They're just like out of nowhere. They're like, hey, here's a points update. Here's some like tightening stuff up. Here's some added units with stuff like all free download because they have the Horns of Hashut stuff coming, and they're just like, yeah, this we're gonna use this. Let's go.
Yeah. Well, finally, that clamoring through the community has taken hold, and they've done something with Warcry.
Well, at least they've not let it die yet. It's still hanging out.
I'm glad they haven't. Honestly, all jokes aside, I mean, I think it's good.
It's just not supported, so we don't remember it.
I just don't play it because I don't know anybody who does. Right.
Yeah. I mean, I have a Warcry box right there for my army. I can grab and go.
Yeah. I've got all the terrain that's necessary to play it. I've got some of the old rules and whatever, but yeah.
I also have to say, did you listen to Warhammer Weekly this week?
I did not.
Or I guess it would be past week for everybody now, time of show. He just did his Nova show with his crew. And apparently the Warcry event at Nova decided to use these that came out like 2 or 3 days ahead of the event starting.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, I'm like, ooh, that's a bad TO choice right there, but good luck.
Well, hopefully it went fine. I mean, I'd assume that players who playing Warcry are fairly fluid.
Yes, you're that's the benefit of that. Yeah, if there's any rule system that could probably handle that, it's probably this one. Yeah, I even like a 40K narrative that'd be hard to adjust too quick, but. And then last but not least, there was one more article for the 10th anniversary of Age of Sigmar. And you remember how when we talked about these in the past, I can't remember, and I apologize, this might have been with, I can't remember if it was with you or Alex, but like each time I would complain about something, like I wish I had done this sooner. Oh well. Hey, it'd be neat if they gave us a special mission, and then they gave us a special mission in the next article. Well, after the last one, which looked like the end because it just kind of stopped right when the Skaven Tide crap happened. I was like, man, that's great. I still don't know what's going on with the story because they're not telling us much other than like snippets here and there in the much more simplified versions of the battle tomes we're getting. I wish they'd tell us what's going on and what's the future look like. Well, guess what this article's about? Hey, what's going on? The Hour of Ruin. Here's some more cool stuff that's out now. What's going on in the future? What has happened since then? I'm like, oh. Hey, you know what? I should probably bring up the... I'm scrolling through and I don't have it up. Yeah, exactly it. Like, boom, Hour of Ruin. Nice new Skaven models, Stormcast models, Death, the orcs and stuff. You know, KO, Beric Urbaz, fallen down. And then there's further fragments, like the Horns of Hashut coming and all this stuff. And
so basically what you're telling me is that if you want to know what the pulse of the Warhammer world is, you tune in to Strength Hammer, right? Because they're really getting all their ideas from us. And, I feel like maybe some royalties are coming, right?
Yeah. Well, actually, honestly, what I was going to say, since we keep predicting this right, I hope there's one more thing for the... there's one more thing that needs to happen for the 10th anniversary of Age of Sigmar. And that's that they pay me and Neil each a total sum of at least $500,000 each.
That's right.
We'll take pounds. That's fine. It can be US dollars preferred, but I'll take pounds. So, yeah.
I'm willing to allow that.
Yeah, I think that's okay. All right, finally, main topic time, Neil. You ready?
Let's go.
You ready?
Maybe a little read and react for us here.
It is, because I got my copy of Dawn of the Storm Dragon because a certain shop near me got it in early, and I bought it. And once again, my one I ordered is coming in next week. So I will have two, which means one goes to the barn. Thankfully, these are still so... I'm so glad these are so cost-effective.
Yeah.
Like $28. Like, I feel like a kid can go and have that money to buy it and not stress about it and get to read some cool Warhammer stuff.
Right.
Oh, all right. Well, also, too, like, there is so much good art in here. It's going to be a little blurry on my screen. I apologize. But, we got the big, nice Meow Ying one here. Like, really good. I haven't read this yet, by the way, everybody. Like, I picked it up, and then I got busy because I grabbed it Friday, and then I've been busy since. So, kind of first checking out. And I haven't watched any content on it either, surprisingly. What I do like, just initial thought here, we get a map of Invasion. That's
nice.
That's going to be fun to check out. And then we're getting to the lore, which I'll read that later. That's fine, of the Jade Fleet coming to the Empire. But there is a lot more in here than just that story, which is fantastic. Oh, here we go. So we have the War in the Westerland. Neil, do you remember how I mentioned there was going to be two different, or there's going to be terrain, there's going to be different settings you can kind of play in to kind of theme the games a little differently. So that's what this is. So the Wasteland, coming of chaos, battles in the Wasteland. I'm not going to read the lore on that, just for time's sake and my voice's sake. So there's a table for random terrain generation. It says here, the terrain features generated rolling on terrain generator between 2 and 8 inches at its widest point for the size of terrain. Should a feature be rolled a second time, you may either place a second version of it or find a larger version of it, blah, blah, blah. It's great. Just a little tightening up, little preface of rules, I guess, of where to place it. I don't know how many people are going to listen to that.
Yeah, I like that they give us, how wide the terrain should be. So if I'm building it at home, like I can be like, okay, well, I'll stay within these limits here. That's useful to me. Terrain generation charts. If you are me, perhaps, and you have like a shit ton of terrain hiding in your basement,
Yep.
Or the barn that you play at, then these are maybe useful. But really, what I'm going to do is just make a cool looking battlefield and just go from there. So.
I do like this though. If you generate linear terrain twice, it just says make the first one longer. Like, hey, you generated fence twice, make a bigger fence. That I like. Okay, that's same thing with buildings actually. In addition, buildings each measure up 6 inches. You may replace an existing one or just make one up to 12 inches long. So you put two houses next to each other. I like that. That's nuance more than just put it down and move it randomly. So
yeah,
and I think you might be able to you could generate some terrible terrain maps with this, but you might be able to generate a pretty decent one too randomly. Scattering terrain. After you determine how many there are, choose the number of features. Use a table. With all terrain placed, the loser of the roll-off chooses D3 terrain features and 2D6 and a scatter dice for each. So, okay, so if you want to use this table, just added option. If you've lost the roll-off, you choose up to 3 different terrain features to scatter 2D6. So you could kind of, screw up your opponent a little bit. Like, oh, I know you're going first or something like that. Or I can maybe move this building and hide myself now that I can protect myself from your cannons or something. That's kind of
scatter that river.
That would be a nightmare to do.
So one piece just slides over this way.
if you hit, it stays there. The only terrain features that can't be moved are ones specified specifically based on the scenario. Like, okay, that's fine. So let's. All right, linear terrain features. So, how long is a river, Neil?
I mean, it's a question we all need to know.
Yep. 12 inches long, 4 inches wide. It can be narrow, which can be 4 inches and 8 inches.
How is it only 12 inches long?
I don't know. Well, how long is a river? It's like a quotation question for the section. It's not actually about the river. It's just linear objects.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, if I'm placing a river on the board, it's going to cover half that board to cut it in half almost.
Yeah.
Like that's what it should be.
I've done them before, like at my game shop where they have like, like little sectional pieces of it. And I don't do just a straight line across the board. I wind up just kind of like curving it. So it kind of looks like, so you kind of have to go over it a little bit, if you're on one side of the board.
Maybe you get one unit around the side, but you might want to defend that flank type thing.
Yeah. I think I'd love to see if there's like rivers out there that are just kind of neoprene, that like sections and stuff. I think would be really neat. Because then you could build fords or you could do bridges over top of them that don't necessarily have to be 3D, that you can move your guys onto. I love a 3D bridge too. You just have to build the bridge wide enough that like a unit can actually fit on it, So that's a hell of a bridge, So
yeah.
Either that or you make it something like occupiable or something like that. So,
which is fine. And by the way, that was linear terrain. It actually says especially hazardous linear terrain, which would be a river. It's saying to put it up to 36 inches in length.
Okay.
So that's I like that. And it also suggests only doing up to 190-degree bend in the river as well, which pretty much is probably how we're doing it anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, tells you how to place it. We're not going to worry about that. But bridges and fords, streams, rivers, chasms, ravines, gullies can be crossed. Include a ford measuring up to 3 inches wide per 12 inches of linear terrain, so giving yourself options to get across. Fast-flowing water, I think this will be exciting here. A river that touches 2 table edges may be fast-flowing. So if you connect it all the way across, in which case you need to randomly determine the direction it flows. Should a unit have a quarter, 25% or more of its models within fast-flowing at the start of the turn subphase, it must make a strength test. If the test is failed, the unit slides D3 in the flow of the river. I love that.
I like it too, but I feel like it's not going to come into play very often. Like you take some cavalry, right? You just run them across the river. They're not in the river anymore, right? So they don't get affected by it, even though they went over top of it. So you're not getting that Lord of the Rings scene,
That's
the knights get washed away.
I was
I don't know, like I'd personally like, like, hey, the minute you touch this thing, that's when it happens, right? So you can keep going in whatever direction you were planning on, but you got to shift or something like that. Like,
but that's an easily house rule. Like giving it the base core right there. That's easily house rule to As soon as you touch it, you're moving that distance on a failed. I would even get safe so far as for fun. I'd rather it be D6, and I'd rather you also be taking some damage too. Like people are gonna be drowning.
Yeah, my thing is like, if you know anything about battles and water, they don't mix.
Yeah, unless you're undead.
Right? If you're in heavy armor and water do not make good bedfellows. So it's a great way to drown. I'd like when we play in my event and everything, it's all any kind of water is dangerous terrain automatically. Period. End of story. So
yeah, because also too, you don't want someone being all the way up at the top river and they can just surfboard their way down without any much I want consequences, not minor. I meant major consequences.
Right. You go over top of this thing, you're gonna lose bros,
Yeah.
And honestly, like, rivers are the only thing that really makes sense to me as dangerous terrain.
Yeah.
Unless you're a chariot, right, or something like that.
Yeah, or if I guess you could do certain types of woods could be dangerous, like because we can do the magical stuff, magical woods type thing.
Yeah, you could do that, but outside of that,
like, here's another thing I like too: well-maintained roads. If up to 50% up to 50% of your models are on a well-maintained road, which you've decided, they can move an additional D3 inches. I wish it was just 3 though. The D3 is a little random.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I think they love to make our dice game a dice game, so you have to roll things.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like for stuff like this that's really static, just let me think. Okay, 3 inches extra, right?
Yeah,
I agree with you 100% there.
But still, I mean, getting some basic rules means we have something to play off of to tweak it. So. All right, they have lots of things. So. Then you move on to buildings, so occupiable buildings. I realize how old I'm getting, so I'm looking at doing the bifocal thing, and I don't have bifocals. So you can occupy a building, unit strength of 20 or less. It may occupy a building and moving into base contact with it during remaining move subphase. All measurements from that unit occupy a building. It's 360 and can be drawn line of sight over or through other models. So if you're in a building, you're on the second floor. Yeah, so that makes sense. Leaving a building, unless it is fleeing, a unit can leave a building during the remaining move subs phase, making a follow-up move, or by pursuing an enemy. Simply place the back of it on the... Yeah, okay, so pretty much how you would. Put it next to it to leave. Then you go from there. Flee. A unit that flees whilst occupying a building, does not move. It counts as fleeing and must rally as normal, but will be safely behind the walls. So... if you're in a building and fleeing, I guess if there's not fleeing from combat, but just damage taken or something nearby happened, you can stay in the building, but you count as fleeing. You have to rally inside the building, which actually could be bad because then if you're fleeing and you're in a building,
you get caught.
Someone could just charge that building with one random dude and just cut you all down.
Meanwhile, you're running around like this in the building.
Yeah. What's going on? There's a mage with a horse in here just killing us. Like, oh no.
Yeah. Alarm.
All right. Buildings and shooting. Some buildings have upper story or flat rooftops, making it advantageous. To represent this, 50% of the models occupying can shoot and cast spells. So, okay. Any model that can draw a line of sight to a building, you can shoot it. But it's considered to be in full cover. So, all right, that makes sense. You're in a building. That's why you'd be in a building.
Yeah, I can see that.
Templates.
Can you do things to the building? Can you blow the building up?
I don't think there's rules for that in here, but you could absolutely house rule something like that for fun too. Like, hey, if you get this gets hit by 4 cannon shots, it's dead.
That's right. I always like in your event that you played in a couple years back, like you light that shit on fire, right?
Oh yeah, 100%.
I mean, that building's burning, right? You probably don't want to stay in there.
Hey, pillar of fire moves over that building, it's on fire now.
Yeah.
Please pull out the fiery convocation spell and cast it upon yourself immediately.
Right. Nobody would enter a building if that was the case.
No, yeah. Every now we just add the layer of like, is this a wood building or a stone building?
Right.
All right. Templates. Should an occupied building be hit by a template? Model risks being hit. However, due to the protection. Okay, so D6. You're hit on a 5-up instead of a 4-up. As if you're defending a wall, like a little linear object. But okay, so I guess the template you would just use the. Doesn't really clarify how you figure out what's underneath the template. I guess if the building's underneath, or you probably just be nice with your opponent and be like, all right, put your tray down real quick. All right, let's use the template. Let's assume you're all in rank and formation inside the building still.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, should an occupied cannon or a building be hit by a cannon? The unit suffers D3 Strength 4 hits, AP 1 as well. Okay, nice. So it's a shrapnel and stuff like that.
Yeah. I like that. Like, because I'm like this, a war machine should not be as effective, right? So
yeah, but the cannonball also stops immediately. So
yeah.
And then you can assault into a building. We're not going to go through that too much. Nowhere to run. A unit occupies a building, will not give ground or fall back in good order. Instead, the unit holds its ground in combat and continues. Should they break and flee, it will find itself trapped in the walls and unable to escape quickly, and they're destroyed. So, and then the winner can choose to occupy the building or not after that. So,
this is more reason, I think, to, by the way, this is kind of an odd random thought, but more reason to push the points up, because if you have 2,000 points and you only have so many units to run around, grab all the objectives, do all the things, you're going to garrison a building? Probably not. But if you've got like an extra unit, like again, it's got to be unit strength 20 or less?
20 or less, yep.
Right? So do you have a unit like that? Do you have some archers you want to throw into a building or something like that? Then, because you need your core troops to go out there and get those objectives and stuff. So, you're probably just not parking spearmen in a building, right? So I think if you have more points and then you have more units on the board, then you have more potential of wanting to do something like that. But anyway, just a random thought.
No, that's a good thought. That's a very good thought. I do like that they're not really worrying about charging into the building as far as like lances and stuff. Like just do it. Don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so here we got terrain generators for the two options, the wastelands and the shadowlands. So this is where I think it's going to get really interesting. So 2d6 on both of these here. For the wasteland, you can generate a shallow stream. And I'm going to read what these are. Neil, you just tell me when one seems interesting. You want me to say, what's that about?
Yeah.
So shallow stream, a track, woods, hills, marsh. That's 2 through 6. Then we have saltwater bog, a fen.
Interesting.
Yeah, okay, well, saltwater bog.
Yeah.
It's a saltwater bog, counts as dangerous terrain. Any model begins its movement, passes through, or ends its movement will suffer a mishap on a 1 or 2 instead of a 1.
Oh, nice. I like that being dangerous terrain. I can see like a marsh or a bog being dangerous terrain as well. So
let's see. There's a fen. It's difficult. Scrublands, standing ruins. Actually, let's see. Tells you how it is. Okay. Fishing village is a possible terrain.
Fishing village, huh?
Mm-hmm. And then the sand dune. So a lot of these are like difficult and basic rules. There's nothing really exciting I'm seeing too much on that one. So I think it's more of a generic, or not general, like, hey, not too much to think about. All right, Shadowlands, we have a road, dense woods, hills, ravines, standing stones, scrubland, rocky ground. Oh, this one, rocky ground. It's dangerous terrain for infantry. Because it's rocky, it's hard to move in formation over it. That's fun.
Interesting.
Haunted ruins, shardlands, chasms, bottomless pit. Bottomless pits are impassable. Haunted ruins, single building.
Just picture some random Empire spearman going, "Hello,
Hello. So, and there's not. I thought there would be a little bit more rules attached to this, potentially. Seems like it's a lot of like just specific themed options here that are kind of like very basic, but I think you could add in your own further enhancements to it, like fear tests and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Let's see. And then there's also, we're not going to go into too much detail this because maybe this will be a future episode once you're able to see the book. But they go through multiplayer games in a little bit more detail.
Mhm.
So definitely a good book for that.
What I mean, my question, I don't know. We'll have to look at that maybe a little bit more. But like, I don't know how you go through multiplayer games without some kind of triumph and treachery type scenario. But
Well,
it'd be interesting to look into that.
yeah.
Let's
Let's see. Well, okay. What does it mean by multiplayer games, though? Okay. Yeah, it is. It's yeah. How do you figure that out without the triumph and treachery involved? Will be what this is about. But then also gives you things about how you can do linked battles, forging a narrative, expand a narrative.
Sure.
And it gives us the example of Miao Ying coming to fight off the Chainmaker and her forces. It's kind of like a little linked mission structure here of fun stuff.
Mhm.
And then we get to the Grand Cathay First Arcane Journal, Special Army. You have to take Miao Ying, 1 Shigengen Lord per 1,000. Core is Jade Warriors, and 0 to 1 Jade Lancers. Special, pretty much you have to take Miao Ying and you're taking Grand Cathay. But you can have mercenaries for Empire troops. So what do you think about that?
Sounds to me like there's no reason to take Empire troops.
Probably not.
Because like the Jade Warriors are better in every way.
Yes. And actually, with that, real quick, we need to take a quick pause. So I'm going to stop the recording here. All right, and we are back after the short break I needed there. And we're talking Grand Cathay Jade Fleet. So, as I said, it's Miao Ying, and here's all the forces that you can take, which are all the Grand Cathay stuff. Plus, you can mix in some Empire stuff, which I should mention. It's Captain of the Empire, a Master Mage, Priest of Sigmar, or Priest of Ulrich. One of those per 1,000 points as a mercenary.
So far, the priest is the only thing that like Cathay doesn't have access to.
Right. Yep. State missile troops, Free Company Militia, and Empire Archers. And then 0 to 1 Pistolers or Outriders per 1,000 points. Okay.
So maybe Pistoliers or Outriders, maybe some kind of missile troop.
Yeah.
And maybe a priest, but I don't know why. So everything else Cathay does better. So.
Right. Well, let's look at the special rules, because that might help you want to bring some of them. So essentially, why should you play this army over a normal Grand Cathay army? Is what we're trying to figure out. All right, first rule, Cathayan Black Powder. The first time an enemy unit in the Jade Fleet army, which is including the mercenaries, that's armed with a handgun, a pistol, brace of pistols, or repeater handgun, or repeater pistols, shoots, increase the range by 3 inches. So, first volley. Okay, so yeah, I could see why you'd want to bring some missile troops then, maybe. It's Pistoliers. All right, mercenary handgun drills. Once per game, each unit or detachment of state missile troops in a Jade Fleet can fire with 1 additional rank. Okay.
Like that too.
Let's see, Unison Harmony. A unit of Jade Warriors or Jade Lancers within 3 inches of a friendly mercenary unit may reroll to hit rolls of 1 during combat phase. Jesus Christ. You're making them better. Okay. And then last, War Balloons. 0 to 1 Sky Lantern per 1,000 points may have the Ambusher special rule for 15 points. In addition, once per game, a Sky Lantern that is held in reserve may reroll the dice when determining if it arrives as reinforcements or is delayed.
Wow, that's really good.
It is.
I don't know what the math is on that because I'm stupid, but it sounds almost better than having the +1, honestly. So.
Yeah, I'll take a reroll all day on that. To be honest, I don't hate this because if you're going to
include mercenaries and you want them to be part of the army, every rule but that last one there gives a reason for mercenaries to be in this army.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
And yeah. It's really the missile troops, right?
Right.
It's basically telling you, hey, take some I don't know, pistoliers, rifle guys, whatever,
Yeah.
you know. And
I will say this though. Hey, we have this rule called Cathay and Black Powder. Cathay shows up. Hey guys, we have the best black powder in the world. Dwarves will argue it, but we know we're the best. And all the Empire's like, oh, that's great. Look, do your guns fire? Like, what do they do? And like, oh, we didn't bring guns. What?
Yeah.
We had this one cannon.
that is true.
We had this
That
one
is
cannon. Yeah.
Yeah. Now read that rule for the extra 3 inches again. That's that rule, right?
No,
The
that's
black powder.
black powder. So the first time a unit in the Jade Fleet army that is armed with a handgun, pistol, brace of pistols, repeater handgun. Yeah.
Good. They specified. I was waiting to see if the archer guys got the extra 3 inches.
Oh, yeah. No, they specified. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, thankfully it doesn't give a okay, but Cathay and Black Powder. I do like though that because technically there's guns on. There's a pistol on what the Shingengen Lord. There's pistols on the balloon. You're not adding range to that because they already have Cathay and Black Powder. That's so that's good at least too. So just that in general, I think this is probably the first version of an army that makes me want to go. That could be a very thematic force, like with mercenaries. Normally, I don't care about mercenaries. I'm not going to look at them, but that one makes me want to look at it a little more.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. I definitely like it now that I hear the rules for it. So.
Yep. And don't worry, everybody. Neil's image has frozen, but Neil is still here. Oh, he's back.
Yeah, it's figuring it out.
Yeah. It's early morning for everybody, including the PCs. I think the only downside, honestly, to that army, which makes it really, really hard, is you're taking Miao Ying. You have to.
Yeah.
That's a lot of points real quickly. You're not getting a lot of that mercenary action going, I don't feel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not really, no. Maybe a unit of archers, maybe a unit of pistoliers, and then...
Well, I wouldn't want to take archers. I want to take something to take advantage of my rules. Yeah.
Or something like that, yeah.
Thankfully, Empire troops, I think, are cheaper as far as points cost, so...
They should be. For
go.
Good reason.
Yeah.
As far as Cole's concerned, he would tell you not cheap enough.
Never cheap enough. All right, and then we did get some more Grand Cathay magic items. So let's see what we got here, because they've had some bangers in the past. Like 2 months ago when the army came out. Let's see, the Sword of Reason, 65 points. Strength +2, AP 2. Killing Blow, magic attacks, requires 2 hands.
Like the sound of that.
Killing Blow
doesn't say strikes last.
Doesn't. Killing Blow on a 5 or a 6.
That's pretty damn good.
That's really damn good.
For 65 points, like that's better than most of like the high elf 90 to 75 point, like the white sword and the and the woodsman's axe. Better than both of those.
Just go hero hunting with this thing.
Hell yeah!
All right, the Brazen Blade, 50 points. Strength +1, AP -1, magical attacks, multiple wounds 2. You're not permitted ward or regeneration saves if a natural 6 to wound was rolled. I think we've seen stuff like that similar to the past. That's neat.
Yeah, I like that. Anytime you shut down a ward or something like that with a weapon, like a magic weapon, I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah. Let's see. The Wrath is Shenyang. I think Shenyang. 45 points. Strength +1, AP 1, Armor Bane 1, Flaming attacks, magical attacks. 45 points. You can't make regen saves with this against this weapon, so feels a little high. Wish it was closer in the 30-point range. All right, the Sword of Nanguao. Go, whatever. My brain cannot think of the actual pronunciations on these right now. Sorry.
But I'm not doing it.
I'm usually good with these ones, but my brain's just off today. All right, 35 points. It's Strength of User, AP -3, Hatred, Warriors of Chaos, and magical attacks. I guess if you have a lot of Warriors Chaos and you really want to punk them.
Hey man, AP -3 is useful no matter where you are.
That's
So,
true. That's true. For
because
35
the
points.
thing I'm liking so far is they're like, oh, you need AP to make a magic weapon actually useful. So, perfect.
Yep.
Because we have a whole book full of ones that are not useful. So,
Yeah, that's true. That's true. The AP3 is really nice for 35 points. You're right. All right. Sword of Reason just seems good standout. But yeah, I think the more I'm thinking about it, yeah, the Sword of Reason for 65 or the Sword of Nangual for 35 are both pretty good options to take. I don't know if they're gonna beat the Lance of the Shengengen Lord or whatever it is, but nice though. All right, we got two magic armors, 40 points. Jade armor of Bichai. The Jade armor is full plate, 5-up ward against any wounds suffered, and magic resist -2. That would be really good, I think, on the Shengengen Lord running around because no real protection. I mean, they can stop casting, but
yeah.
MR2 on them, sure.
Really, I mean, what are you trying to stop though with that magic resist? You know what? Actually, honestly, like an itchy nuisance or something like that gets cast that way, and yeah, I can see. I see it now. Yeah, for sure. I like it.
Yeah, I don't hate it. And then Mantle of Heaven for 20 points. Models whose troop type is infantry or cavalry only, so not in the Shengengen Lord, may be worn with other armor. The wearer of the Mantle of Heaven improves the armor value of 2 to a maximum of 2+ against non-magical shooting attacks. Oh, cavalry. The Shengengen Lord would be cavalry, wouldn't it?
Maybe actually, because it's not a monster. So
yeah, I'd have to check that one because that's where I'd want it. I'd want it to be on that. That sucks.
does monstrous cavalry count as?
I don't think it's monstrous cavalry. Let me see.
Geez.
Nah, there's the dogs. They're wake. We'll check this real quick. I'll get in there.
Looks like a dragon.
But
flaps its wings like a dragon. It is in fact not a dragon.
It's a monstrous creature, so okay. Yeah, it's not a dragon, but monstrous creature. Okay, so the thing I wanted on, I can't take it on, but I guess you put it on your BSB horse guy. Or you put it on your magistrate on balloon. That's where it goes.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Talisman. Sigil, Smoke, and Powder, 35 points. Enemy model that targets this, -1 to hit and modifier. Let's see. Vermilion Quills, 25 points. Extremely common, 0 to 1 per model. Single use. The bearer can reroll fail to hit into wound during the combat phase. Okay. 25 points. Just reroll straight up. That's pretty good. All right, and some magic standards. Banner of the Dragon's Wrath, 45 points. Gains flaming attacks, impact hits, 1. Sure.
Flaming attacks. Oof. It's the most important rule.
Oh, 100%.
In Warhammer, right? You know?
Yeah. 100%.
Because it shuts down range. Oh, no, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. Oh, well, hey, at least it's magical attack. Oh, never mind. It's nothing.
Yeah.
All right. Jade Banner, 40 points. Calculate. This is weird. Okay, so it's called the Jade Banner. 40 points. When calculating its combat results, a unit carrying the Grand Banner of Superiority may claim an additional bonus of +2 combat points. Okay. So a banner that helps another banner? Because yeah. Sure. All right. Anyway. Or it's a mistype. I don't know.
2 points of combat res, always good.
Yeah. All right. 25 points. The Shroud of Shiama. Gains fear. If they have fear, they gain terror. I feel like we've had that in the other book. So, okay, sure.
Yeah. Now, that actually could be useful. That actually might trigger a fear test in something based on the unit size that you put it in.
That's true.
Because as we all know, fear does not matter for the most part, unless you do have a higher unit strength. So, yeah, possibly. It might actually come into play. Who knows?
I wouldn't mind some terror bombing. That'd be pretty fun. All right, and last 15 points, the Banner of Shenwun. Enemy... Or Shenwun. Yeah, Shenwun. Enemy units that wish to declare a stand and shoot or fire and flee against the banner, or a unit carrying this banner, must take a leadership test. If passed, they may do it. If failed, they must hold only. That's pretty fun. A little bit of control there.
All right, we have some enchanted items. The Ring of Jet, 30 points, 0 to 1 per model, because it's extremely common. Can cast Unquiet Spirits from the Lore of Necromancy as a bound spell, power level 2. I am always a fan of being able to go outside what you can normally cast, so I don't know that.
Power level 2 as well, so
Yeah, I don't know what Unquiet Spirits does, but probably something neat.
and that's an archmage casting that, essentially.
Yep. Golden Lion, 25 points. The bearer of the Golden Lion may reroll any failed fear, panic, rally, or terror tests. Okay.
Mhm.
And then the Fires of Nanguo, extremely common, 20 points, 0 to 1 per model, single use. It's a breath weapon with the following profile: Strength 4, AP 2, breath weapon, flaming attacks, magical attacks. Okay. A little infantry champion, just doing a little flame template there. That sounds fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but yeah, you can't use it if you marched, right? And you're probably marching or charging.
True. I want to make it, or once again, you put this on your balloon.
Yeah.
And your balloon shoots a flame template.
Yeah.
All right, and rounding it out, we got 3 arcane items. Clockwork Compass, 50 points, single use. The bearer may use this item instead of making Wizardly Dispel attempt. If they do so, the spell is automatically dispelled if no dispel required. In addition, all remains in play spells currently in play are dispelled, including spells cast by friendly wizards. Little hard reset. We had something similar like that in High Elves. I think that one's a little bit more cleaner and simpler to do.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then the extremely common Seal of Xingpo, 25 points, 0 to 1 per model. If you wish, the bearer of this may discard 2 randomly generated spells instead of the 1, and instead select 2 signatures from the Lore of Yin or Lore of Yang, based upon the rules that they have. And it's pretty easy to get both of those lores on one character with another item, so you could possibly really just do the yin-yang thing for fun. I like that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And last, the Scroll of Weijin, 10 points. The bearer knows 1 more spell than wizard level, blah, blah, blah. Okay, yeah.
So you can only cast whatever, yeah.
Yeah. Which I think the high elf one's 15 points, so 10 points of that. That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
I like it. But that's it. That wraps up the whole book. And by the way, during the little break, Neil and I did look more at the multiplayer thing, and yeah, that's like a page of nothing from what we can see. So we'll talk about that in a future episode for sure, and what we want out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But once again, Neil, we're all cut up in our arcane journals.
Nice.
Yeah.
We are complete for now.
Now, I know you're not a Cathay player or an Empire player, really. I'm a Cathay player, not so much Empire player, but I want to say I like the theming of that new army. I don't know if I like it enough to actually go out and add to my force with some random Empire troops.
Yeah.
It's neat. I like it, but I don't know. I still feel like it's missing just a little bit more. I don't know what. I can't say what. I'm kind of backseat game developing on that one without.
It'd be interesting to see somebody who designed an army for this and see how they tie it together.
Yes.
I'd like to see that. So
yeah, I think it could be a very good thematic. Like if I was going to a narrative event, say if I had my Grand Cathay army already done and I had nothing to do, and I was going to a narrative event like I am, November 1st out in Ohio, that's where I would consider something like this for sure. Because it'd just be fun to theme
how
it.
do you tie in a Chinese aesthetic with pantaloons? That's what I want to see.
Poorly, I say. But still, I like that the Arcane Journals we're getting. One, it has stuff for armies in here, but it also has just extra stuff for play too. So I think that's a good way to go forward. I think the next one we have is the Death one, the Cetra's something. Whenever that gets announced to come out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think they said there's going to be more different various versions of arms. To be honest, I'm more excited for that Arcane Journal than I was for this one. Even though I have this army, it's new and exciting, but because I think that one's going to tell the story as the primary focus, and we're going to see multiple armies of infamy, renown being able to be adapted. So
I think the Border Princes is a nice meeting ground, which is why we're playing there in my event. It just makes sense to have the most armies there. The only ones that kind of get tough to kind of imagine, like, why in the world chaos would be in the Border Princes. But
well, it's very easy. If you look at the map of the old world, you'll notice that there's a river up there, and they keep standing in it, and they keep sliding 3 inches down, and they just wound up there.
It's this Oregon Trail.
Yeah. Off the wagon and float.
Yeah, they did not choose to ford the river. They bought the raft.
They bought the raft. Yep.
There they go. You got to be a certain age to get that joke.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Hope you like the color green.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's exciting. Other than that, I'm excited for some hobby here in the near future. My made-to-order high elf stuff is shipped for those heroes.
Yes.
So I'll be able to paint up the ones I don't have and figure out what to do with the ones that I do have. So, What about you? Any upcoming hobby you're excited for?
Actually, right now I'm busy helping with a project. I'm sure Terry's not listening to this, or at least this deep into it. So
yeah.
we are helping out a buddy who's I don't know, somehow his entire army was dropped. Like honestly looked like it was drop kicked and maybe jumped on. So,
was this
it is just
this wasn't the breakage at the event, right? Is this more?
No, this was like something toppled, and the army that he had printed was an orcs and goblins army that was printed in some very fragile resin. And so when it hit the ground, it basically shattered like glass.
Oh no.
So we are currently the guys over here in this region of the world. We're coming together to try and get this guy's army back together. So printing everything in ABS resin this time, which is some of those models, if they're thick enough, you can throw against a wall and they'll be all right. So
they'll dent into the wall.
Right, honestly. So anyway, I've been busy on printing him out an army currently. Yeah, and then we may meet up together and just try to knock out painting on it as well. Terry was very, very bummed out because that was the army that, if you've been following his channel for a while, that's the one that he put together for Tale of Four Warlords and everything. Yep. He was really happy with the way it looked and everything, and he spent some good amount of time on that. And unfortunately, it looks like it got hit by a nuke. So.
Well, let's hope it goes smoothly, but yeah, just like getting something going. Someone do the green.
When you talk about all the benefits of 3D printing, if you use the wrong resin, and even if you use the right resin, sometimes this is one of the drawbacks. So just gotta understand that's a risk. So.
Well, our hearts go out to Terry to get that army put together nice and quickly, and I hope you guys get it painted up quickly too.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be good.
He can paint it blinking, like in his sleep, or
he could, but we're trying. Just he was so stressed out about it. We want him to just be like, hey, here's your army back, bro.
Yeah,
So
there you go. So cool. Well, all right. Well, that everybody wraps up episode 151. So I guess maybe next week we'll talk about what we went out multiplayer games or something else that pops up. Who knows?
Sounds good to me.
All right. Catch you guys later.